Hi, folks. Hope you're all doing a lot better than the people along the Gulf of Mexico that live along the Gulf of Mexico today. Hope you're all doing well. I know I made a video yesterday about the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, but it is bothering me. And so I figured I'd follow the news as to what happened, what BP is doing right now about cleaning it up, about containing it, about stopping it, about doing anything besides monetary damage control, which they're very, very good at. Now, I'm normally an optimistic person, but disasters like this deserve pessimism. Optimism sometimes makes people complacent. Yeah, oh, it's going to be cleaned up. Someone will take care of it. No, this I don't think is going to be cleaned up, and I don't think BP is taking care of it. And besides that, I had a horrible nightmare about it right before I got out of bed this morning. I woke up and got out of bed, so I figured, today's May 11th. I figured I'll Google oil spill May 10 news and find out what news I could find out, what was being done about the oil spill yesterday. And sure enough, a lot of articles came up, and I'm not kidding you, like 95% of them were all written by the same news agency. Now, I don't know if that was Associated Press or not. I'm looking at the AP report now, but it's the same news report word for word. So let's take a look at it and find out what, if anything, is being done about it. And I'm going to be pessimistic about this. So let's see. First off, the one thing I found out that was interesting is that I've been seeing a lot of comments by people that BP does not own the platform. Therefore, they're sort of implying that BP is not responsible for what happened because the platform had a horrible safety record. It's owned by Transocean Limited. However, in the contract that BP signed, they are indeed in charge of any cleanup, any containment, any monetary penalties caused by anything to do with this platform, Blackwater. I think it's Blackwater, right? Deepwater Horizon. That they're responsible for everything. So it is BP's responsibility. So let's move on. First headline in this article is, how can they plug the gusher? And, of course, as we all know, the 100-ton containment box has failed. So there's now two other new sort of things they're going to do. A smaller containment box, dubbed the Top Hat. And the second thing is to start injecting debris, such as shredded tires and old golf balls and like debris and stuff. And this is into the well as a stopper, and this is called a junk shot. I think I also read somewhere that they would cap it off with cement and then they'd walk away from the well. And I'm going to inject here that, and I'm going to read this because I wrote it down, that the chief executive Haywood, who by the way makes just under $6 million a year, sent his representatives to the United States in order to get a license for this failed platform. And they stated specifically that they could handle a worst-case scenario at Deepwater Horizon, at this platform. And they also added that it was unlikely anything could go wrong. Okay, so the big thing that happened yesterday was helicopters, and not BP helicopters, but our own Coast Guard helicopters, dropped large sandbags in Louisiana to try to protect Lafourche Parish, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, marshes, from the massive oil slick. So yesterday's big job was to drop 300 one-ton sandbags to be used as a makeshift boom to protect the coast. 300 sandbags for a makeshift boom. I don't know about you guys. I don't want a makeshift boom. I want a real boom. I want BP to live up to their words that they said to get the license for this platform, which was, and I'll read it again, they could handle a worst case scenario at Deepwater Horizon platform. Okay, BP, time to live up to those words. Okay, so, but BP did come out yesterday and state, because they have a team, you know they have a team that is keeping tally of their costs in this. It's cost them so far $350 million for immediate response, containment efforts, commitments to the Gulf Coast states, as well as settlements and federal costs. The company couldn't speculate what the final bill will be, which most analysts expect to run to the tens of billions of dollars. So a drop in the bucket for them. Okay, the spill amount is up to 4 million gallons. Okay, let's see. The wetlands it's hitting, of course, we all know that these wetlands have already been battered by hurricanes, Katrina. That's not even been cleaned up yet. Of course, the way of life for the crab and shrimp industry is basically gone already. It's going to be gone. Okay. And then it goes into the shareholders, how they're all upset because they're not going to be making a lot of money, and how they're going into the investigation of the explosion. Something? Skip all that shit right now. Let's get this thing cleaned up. Okay, now I see I only have like a minute and a half left. I'm going to just make a little commentary here. The amount of PAC money and money from individual BP employees to our politicians so that they can be licensed is appalling. I didn't realize the extent of it. It's just appalling. So those of you who say, no, deregulate this type of industry, where are you now? I want you to speak up now, okay? This industry needs heavy regulation. Okay, that's number one. And no more PAC money. No more BP money. No more oil money going into the pockets of our politicians. I personally think that I'm going to turn this off. I personally think that BP should be no longer be allowed to operate in the United States until this issue is completely over with, and that they've lived up to their obligation of responsibility. No more BP products. And for me, I am not buying any BP products until this is completely resolved and they've lived up to their responsibilities. So I'll talk to you guys probably tomorrow with some more news. Bye-bye.